Just getting started with HomeKit and not quite sure where to begin? Don't worry, I got your playbook. I'll show you the exact devices I recommend for beginners, plus setup tips that'll save you a ton of time and a lot of frustration. Okay, first things first, HomeKit requires a few Apple basics. You're going to need an iPhone or an iPad to control everything. And for remote access, you're going to need something like an Apple TV 4K, a HomePod, or a HomePod Mini that stays at home at all times. My recommendation is the HomePod Mini because it's affordable, it supports Matter and Thread, as well as it doubles as a great smart speaker. The other thing you're going to need is a reliable Wi-Fi network. This is key for smooth HomeKit integration experience. If your smart home feels slow or unresponsive, your Wi-Fi is often the culprit. A good mesh network like the Euro or TP-Link Deco can make a huge difference. Okay, with the basics covered, now we're going to get into the devices. Once your hub is all set up, start small. My recommendation, smart plugs are the easiest way to dip your toes into the water. You can automate lamps, fans, or even a coffee pot. If you don't need energy monitoring and you're looking for a cost-effective solution, then I'd say give the Ross smart plugs a chance. I personally have a set of these and they're working out great. On the other hand, if energy monitoring is a must for you, then I'd roll with the Eve Energy Smart Plugs because they're the first HomeKit plugs that work with Thread. I personally don't have these, but Eve has a really good track record for making solid HomeKit products. All right, on to lighting. For smart lighting, this is the next progression. I really recommend Philips Hue or the Nanoleaf bulbs. Both are great, reliable, and have a lot of color integrations. It integrate perfectly with HomeKit. I actually have both of these brands. Personally, I think the Nanoleaf is a little bit easier to set up because it doesn't have a hub, whereas the Philips Hue does require a hub. The use of hubs is something that you want to keep in mind as you continue to expand your smart home. The more hubs you have, things can get just a little bit more complicated. Not impossible, but just more complicated in the event your devices are not communicating down the line. Now, if you want to upgrade your home security, a HomeKit compatible smart lock is a game changer. The Aqara U200 or the Level Lock are two of my favorites. You can lock or unlock your door with your phone, Apple Watch, or even a simple automation. Now, sensors are where the magic really starts to happen. A motion sensor or contact sensor can trigger lights or send a notification, as an example, that a door is open or could be part of a much larger automation. A sensor that I'd personally recommend is the Aqara Motion Sensor P200. It's a really great choice. Overall, adding HomeKit devices is normally pretty simple. You're going to open up the Home app, you're going to tap the plus button and scan the HomeKit QR code on your device. My tip here is to stay organized. Group your devices by room and give them simple names like living room lamp, and use scenes like good morning or movie night for quick control. With just a few devices, you can create powerful automations. A motion sensor could turn on your hallway light when you get home. A good night scene could turn off all the lights and lock the doors with a single tap or command. Speaking of automations, this is how you really level up your smart home. The next step in the process is all about continuing to build on must-have automations that you're going to use on a daily basis. That video is coming up next, so make sure you subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss it. In the event that that video is already live, make sure you click on the screen right here and go check it out.